It's crazy to think that I've been cruising for almost 20 years now. I wish I can go back in time to give myself advice before my first cruise. That would reduce the amount of intimidation I felt sailing on a massive ship and ensure that my trip ran smoothly. Well, I can't go back in time, but I can make sure you guys don't make the same mistakes I did. Originally, I thought all cruises were the same as long as they went to the same destination, so I chose the cheapest one out there. That was a mistake. Cruises are so much more than just sunbathing. There are various categories and focuses on each ship. Some focus on a 5-star dining experience, while others focus on entertainment. Then there are niche cruises like Meow Meow Cruise for cat lovers. My point is to first know what you're looking for and then look for the deals. Also, keep in mind that the cabins are different depending on how much money you're willing to spend. Some may be the size of a coach car train but without a window. That's why it's important to do research on the room's amenities and do some cost comparison before booking the cruise. Now, if you do get a cabin with a window, make sure that the curtains are closed at night and when you're changing. I learned that the hard way. It's important to note where your cruise is boarding when booking. Many ships leave from major touch points like Florida, France, and Italy, which means you may have to factor in the cost of a flight. Make sure you plan your flight time in accordance with the embarkation and disembarkation times of your cruise. I recommend getting to your port a day in advance to avoid any transportation frustrations. Even though it can be a bit pricey, consider purchasing the all-inclusive plan. It's usually cheaper than buying food and beverages separately, so the only meals you'll have to worry about are the ones on dock days. Also, find out if tips are included in your cruise fare because you might have to bring some small bills to tip your server. Research is key when planning any type of vacation. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed or you don't want to do the research yourself, hire a travel agent. Just make sure you have some type of knowledge before packing. It is extremely important to bring up-to-date travel documents with you. Even though some ports don't require a passport, you still need some form of identification. I usually bring my passport and driver's license, just in case. During your research, observe the packing rules. Some cruise lines won't let you bring items such as fans and plastic water bottles. However, reusable water bottles should be acceptable. Bring a power strip with you as well because there are only 2 outlets in the room. Just make sure it's not a power strip with a surge protector because they'll take it away. After what happened on my first cruise, I decided to get a travel agent to help me prepare for my next vacation. The most important piece of advice she gave me was to keep an eye out for last-minute upgrades. This can mean a bigger bed, an in-room balcony, complimentary spa services, or higher-end meal offerings. Regardless of what it is, cheap deals always put a smile on my face. If they aren't all taken by the time the ship sails, they will open it up to other passengers for a discounted price. In the event that you do snag the higher-end upgrade, it is important to be aware of the dress code restrictions. Some cruises require you to wear formal clothes at certain venues, while others, like the Scarlet Lady, are more casual. Do some research beforehand and bring some formal attire if necessary. It's awkward getting turned away from the dining room because you forgot to bring a nice dress. Along with formal wear, it's beneficial to see if the cruise has themed parties. The last cruise Rachel went on had a pirate party that caught her completely off guard. Everyone at your cruise life has made the dire mistake of leaving data roaming on during the cruise. Data roaming while on board costs an arm and a leg as signals are bouncing from the ship's satellite. Check with your carrier to make sure there aren't any exorbitant penalties if you plan to leave your data on. Most ships do provide Wi-Fi, like Royal Caribbean with their Boom internet package, and on port days, just find hotspots around the area like local cafes or wait until you get back to the ship. This is just a reminder to stay active during your cruise. Those buffets are delicious, but the calories do add up. Take the stairs to avoid the slow and crowded elevators and burn some extra calories on the way to your destination. Most cruises have nice gyms that you should visit at least once during your cruise. Cruising has always been a big part of my life. I met my best friend and husband during my vacation, and I continue to meet wonderful people on each cruise. The cruising community is full of friendly people who are happy to meet you. Go on forums like Cruise Critic to find potential cruise friends on your next vacation. Just be cautious if you are traveling alone. Groups can host meetups on the ship and split excursion costs too. Cruises are a blast, and I hope my tips help alleviate any apprehension towards the experience. Give us a call if you have any questions or would like to book your next cruise. We are always happy to help. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Comment below any tips you have for first-time cruisers. We would love to hear from you. Hit the bell to be notified when we post new content and check out our blog link below. Safe travels!